in a field near Hailsham for 4 days and 3 nights only. Welcome to the Strange Games Festival. You are listening to SGFR, the podcast radio station for the festival. Now broadcasting our shameless promotion, featuring a nearly useless tour of the Strange Games Library.
We're trying to build basically a zoo that is fully dedicated to bears for some reason.
Yeah, this is a 2 to 4 person game with a playtime listed as 30 to 45 minutes. And I'm going to do the narrative thing. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
We're listening.
Game idea. Bear parks is the next big thing. That's what it says here.
Okay.
Yeah, and it actually says it in that tone of voice. It's
quite aggressive, abrupt.
Yeah, it was just, well, remember, it comes across
Snipped.
as aggressive, but it's cultural. Yeah, and so it
Brusque.
registers to our softer nature as being a little bit brusque, but in their own culture, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. In order to be successful, you must skillfully fit together enclosures, animal houses, and green areas, and use every available inch of your land. Animal houses and enclosures are worth points and are more valuable if you build them quickly. Construction crews let you claim more land to build onto. When one player fills their park, the game is over and the player with the most points wins.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the game basically. By the way, it's a cuddly tile laying game for 2 to 4 players. That's what it says. Cuddly.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel cuddly.
Well, no, that's an unusual. I mean, even the bear on the box looks a bit shifty.
He does.
Although this guy's cuddly, look at him.
Oh, okay, but he's a panda, and he's
Yeah.
doped out. He's drugged to the.
There he is. Look how cuddly he is.
Yeah, but the one on the box looks deeply
He's
suspicious.
vaguely menacing.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like
He
he's
looks like a
putting his
thug.
foot up somewhere to get started, and she's going,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
They're not worth it.
Not worth it. Barry, it's not worth it. Yeah.
It's so disgruntled.
So I'll have him. For what he said. No one caused my mum a rug. That's something like that. Brown box with a picture of, well,
Shifty-looking bear.
Shifty-looking bear.
Trying to start a fight.
Yeah. And a slightly long-suffering bear warden.
Yeah.
In a pith hat. So
you start with your zoo starting tile, which
Yep.
you can have one of
One.
you, and then depending on where you are in the starting setup, you would get one of these cheap green tiles, and you would then use that to get going.
Right.
And the reason I say get going is that whenever you cover an icon on your central start map,
Yeah, like the construction.
yeah, you then get to do an action.
Right.
So if you covered a white tile, you can pick up one of these tokens,
Say it.
Tetronimo,
Ta-da!
from the white
I think
section. Of the board.
Geronimo only a little bit
Tetronimo.
more architectural. Architectural Geronimo.
That's not helpful. And so you would claim one of those pieces, and then that gives you something that you can
That's in Tetris.
tetromino, as in Tetris. So these ones are tetrominos,
Hence the 4
and then these are
blocks.
pentominos.
Right.
And they are harder to place. They're more irregular shaped, but they'll give you
Yes.
more points. The people standing around the orange cones, that's what allows you to expand.
The construction crews, of
Yes.
which there's always one.
There's always
on the board.
one.
That's cool.
And at the same time, you've got a variety of different achievements that you can
Personal,
go for. So
personal.
the first person to get 3 grizzly bear enclosures, the first person to have a river containing 3 bends, the first person to have a road containing 3 sections. First
Do they
person to have
stack?
one of each tetromino.
Are they in?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Aren't
So
they?
you will have
So you get receding distance again. So
the
fast
first person to achieve it gets the most points. And the thing I quite like is these are really useful pieces.
The single-celled ones, which actually has a toilet on.
Yeah.
It looks more like a TARDIS.
The portaloos are surprisingly useful.
Yeah. You know, after
Well, that one's like a double portaloo.
Well, yeah. So, is it the last person to have been mauled by a bear goes first?
Last person to have visited an animal park.
Oh, okay. I think mine was more.
I don't feel like that would hit many times.
Because some people may have played various kind of online games where a bear can.
Well, that's not what they asked.
Well, I made it up anyway, so.
I didn't ask it at all.
No, you didn't ask it at all. What do you think to the theme, the Baren Park theme? Because basically, this is a kind of through a 2-dimensional rotation, spatial awareness.
Yeah, I think
type game.
if you strip away the theme, it is just maths. But I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a cute thing to look at. The artwork's nice, and then later on, it does add other park-based things like the monorails, and so there is logic to the theme. It's not just a randomly sort of thrown-in thing, but yeah, it's obviously
Coming to this
fully integrated.
Coming to this after being playing board games for maybe 3-4 years now, I really liked it when I first played it, but I was less sophisticated. And I still like it now. It has a gentleness about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like some of the kind of, for example, that engine building crazy silly game, Steampunk Rally. You know, it's that cyberpunk that involves steam engine. And it feels a bit retro to me.
I think gentle is the right word. I find these sort of games accessible for the new players, but also enjoyable for me as a gentle game. But yes, I do see that, it's not as in-depth as maybe we're used to these days, having been in the hobby for longer. Gateway, I don't think is inaccurate, but I think it's a gateway that retains interest for more seasoned players too.
You've been listening to SGFR, the podcast radio channel for the Strange Games Festival. Your hosts have been Laura, Craig and Andy. And if you'd like to come on the show, message us on the festival radio channel on the Strange Games Discord server.